Netflix's The Trunk is a gripping psychological thriller, an adaptation of the 2015 novel by Kim Ryo-ryong. The series largely stays faithful to the novel's core premise, but it brings its own stylistic touch, making it uniquely suited to the medium of television. The show centers on Han Jung-won, a man tormented by a troubled past and a broken marriage, who enters into a contract marriage with the mysterious Noh In-ji. The complex relationship that forms between them explores themes of emotional trauma, psychological manipulation, and the multifaceted nature of human connections. Gong Yu's performance as Han Jung-won was a true revelation. Typically known for his roles as strong, action-driven protagonists, Gong Yu's portrayal here is refreshingly different. Jung-won is a man grappling with deep emotional scars, haunted by the violent legacy of his parents and the betrayal by his ex-wife. Watching Gong Yu take on a character so steeped in vulnerability, guilt, and internal conflict was a complete change of pace. And for me, it was a refreshing break from his usual roles. It was a fascinating look at a character who, rather than displaying the typical heroic traits, is an emotionally broken man trying to find a semblance of peace in his shattered world. Seo Hyun-jin, as Noh In-ji, was another standout. Initially, In-ji appears cold and detached, a professional wife for hire who seems uninvested in her role. But as the story unfolds, Seo expertly peels back the layers of In-ji's complex character. What starts as a business arrangement turns into something much deeper, revealing a woman shaped by a dark past, someone who is as emotionally scarred as Jung-won and just as in need of healing. Her ability to balance strength with vulnerability was remarkable, and it was exciting to see her take on such a layered, intricate role. The true powerhouse, though, is Jung Yoon-ha as Lee Seo-yeon, Jung-won's ex-wife. I found myself feeling frustrated with her manipulative behavior at first, almost hating her for how she constantly toys with Jung-won's emotions. But as the series progresses, I began to see her as more than just a villain. Jung Yoon-ha brings a chilling coldness to Seo-yeon, a woman who thrives on control, but she also subtly hints at the desperation and vulnerability lurking beneath her facade. Her journey from a domineering spouse to a woman who is at risk of losing everything she once controlled was both haunting and tragic, and Yoon-ha's ability to move between cruelty and fragility made Seo-yeon one of the most compelling characters of the show. The titular trunk plays a symbolic role throughout the series. Though its physical presence is sporadic, it serves as a powerful metaphor for the emotional baggage the characters carry. It's not just an object, it's a representation of the unresolved trauma, repressed memories, and broken relationships that define their lives. For Jung-won and In-ji, the trunk becomes an eerie reminder of how they are both confined by their pasts. In many ways, it functions as a prison that traps them in a cycle of pain. The ambiguity of the trunk's significance may leave some viewers confused, as its role in the plot doesn't unfold in a traditional concrete way. While I would have liked to see more resolution around it, I do appreciate how it underscores the show's central theme of emotional confinement. The visual aspects of the trunk are nothing short of breathtaking. Director Kim Kyu-tae's use of lighting, space, and composition amplifies the emotional undertones of the show. The cinematography adds a dreamlike quality to the story, with dark, claustrophobic spaces serving as the backdrop to the characters' inner turmoil. These gloomy interiors are often juxtaposed with fleeting moments of light, hinting at possible redemption or escape. This visual contrast perfectly mirrors Jung-won's emotional state: lost, trapped, but occasionally glimpsing hope. The stunning visuals create an atmosphere that is both beautiful and suffocating, perfectly capturing the essence of the series. The soundtrack, composed by Choi Seong-kwan and Kim Ji-soo, further enhances the tension. In the early episodes, the music mirrors Jung-won's unease, with discordant guitar riffs and the unsettling sound of a chandelier's clink echoing through his empty house. But as the show progresses and Jung-won's relationship with In-ji deepens, the music shifts, becoming more melodic and reflective. This transition in the soundtrack reflects the emotional growth of the characters and serves to elevate the series from a mere thriller to a rich psychological exploration of need, trauma, and healing. While The Trunk excels in many areas, its pacing is a bit uneven. The slow burn nature of the show allows for rich character development and emotional depth, but there are moments when the story feels dragged out. Some viewers may find the pacing too deliberate, especially in the middle episodes when the focus shifts to subtle emotional shifts rather than action-driven plot points. The non-linear narrative also requires careful attention, as the story alternates between the past and present. While this structure adds depth, it can occasionally obscure clarity, and the slow pacing may test the patience of those who expect more immediate payoff. The Trunk is a deeply psychological drama that defies traditional thriller expectations. It's a series that rewards viewers with exceptional performances, especially from Gong, Seo Hyun-jin, and Jung Yoon-ha, as well as a beautifully crafted visual and auditory experience. While the ambiguity surrounding the trunk and the deliberate pacing may frustrate some viewers, the emotional complexity and the exploration of human relationships, trauma, and the consequences of unresolved pasts make The Trunk a thought-provoking and unforgettable show. It may not satisfy those looking for a fast-paced, traditional thriller, but it's a show that requires patience and attention. And in return, it offers a rich, emotionally charged experience that lingers long after the credits roll.